You know, this segment will precede a patient panel that we're having at our summit. And so many of the people that are watching this now are on the front lines with clinical trials and are sort of in the position of, launching these trials. And I wonder from your perspective for trials where there's this vulnerable patient population with like serious, diagnoses, do you have any advice or anything that these clinical trialists should know from the patient perspective as they're thinking about how to sort of launch these trials and enroll the right types of patients, and especially in these areas where it's really tough situation where sometimes there isn't a cure, it's not a Me Too kind of drug.
Right, right. I would say look in the margins. Make sure not to miss the people in the margins. You know, there for every one of me, there are 100, people of color, women who were too ashamed or simply weren't as part of those trials. So broaden the net as much as possible. Make the information as simple and available to the general public as you can, and create the trials in a compassionate way. So make sure that people have a fair shot, and they're not just being used as guinea pigs without any compensation, emotional compensation.
Yes.
That's tricky for.
I love that though, emotional compensation. I think, sometimes we're so focused on the science and the
Yes.
protocols and the clinical aspects and the, procedures and, the sort of simple aspects of, thanking the patients or informing them
Yeah.
of what is happening, like you were informed, and providing feedback after the trial is over. Well, what happened? Was this drug
Mm.
approved? Or if not, why not? That seems like low hanging fruit.
I think not factoring the humanity of the patient in all along the food chain in the medical world is an issue. From clinical trials to how doctors treat patients to hospital procedures to the science gets in the way sometimes of the human touch, and you can't underestimate that. Having gone through a life-threatening disease, I can tell you it's those moments of human connection when someone told me that not all the information was in yet, or you're looking good, or that doctor who finally said that I could possibly survive this thing. How life-changing they are.
Yes.
They're in those moments. You never forget how that feels.